Hello class, and welcome to the final video. Apologize for not posting it yesterday, but we are in the final part of our class and I want to go over a few things. It's not too late to turn in assignments, but it is getting to be too late. So on our class website I have posted the recent dates, but the UAA calendar is something that you should be checking in with. So on our class site, I have, making it larger for you to see, final exams. So this is the final exam week, and final grades will be available December 17th. So that's the 7th through the 12th, and we're on the 9th, so it's very, very close to the end. I'll be grading only online final exam papers. If you need me to grade something, email me. That comes directly to my email. And give me specific information, because I will not check Blackboard again. So where I check is I go into Blackboard, and I'm just letting you know because this is the end, so I want you to kind of see what I see. I go in and I go into Grade Center, and it'll tell me what needs grading, but it won't tell me if there's anything in voicemail. It's just a glitch. I'm not sure exactly why, but I do have lots of things here, and I want to let you know that I do have them. So if you're wondering, I do have them. So these are the ones that I have right now. Just so you know. All right, and then this is 18 items, and that's all that I know that I have left to grade from you folks. So if you have something else, let me know, and it's not showing up here, let me know really soon. Also want to go over your final paper. So your final paper, your final essay exam is your exam is an essay. So the final direction, these are long but thorough. Read through and reread. We covered all these points, and this is really just a test of whether you have been following along and building from the building block pieces, such as the They Say, I Say book and your textbook and the APA knowledge that we've covered. So what I want you to do is develop a question with an Alaskan focus. It can be any topic as long as it's Alaskan based. You have to use 5 published articles from the last 3 years. You can't go back farther than 3 years. 3 must be at least 500 words long. And this is very clear. Articles must be quoted in text and on the references page. And the reference page first item must match your in-text citation. So it's like a bingo game. So if you say Smith 2013 in your reference in parentheses in your paper, which you should be citing a bunch. Then when I look on your references sheet, the first thing I see to make sure that that matches is Smith, and then all the rest of the information that has to be there. So be sure you understand that your question might change, but I need to know exactly what your research question is. It needs to be super clear. Avoid personal pronouns, but don't totally not use them if it makes perfect sense for you to do so, or the reader will become confused. So just don't put them if you need to. I think, I say, I believe. Those usually aren't necessary if you just say what you think or believe. So submit your paper to the Writing Center tutor, or there are many other places. Next page is on Writing Centers. There's a how-to visual to research a topic. You must use a Writing Center tutor. So there are 3 to choose from. They're online, so you can use the following. You can use the Kenai Peninsula OWL. You can also use SLED, which many people did. But I need to see all of the tutors' comments, so make sure those are on there, and make sure everything that they wrote is there. You have to use the UAA Writing Center, one of these. You don't have to use all of these, but one of these. And so those are the 3 ones. So we have the KPC, Kenai Peninsula, the SLED, and the UAA Writing Center. So all of those require you to submit a paper, You can go in person to the Writing Center, but you can also submit the paper online. The next thing you need to do is absolutely is in your research. You have to research through the UAA Consortium Library. This is a requirement of all English 111 classes, that you know how to do some research, and you know how to cite, and you know how to go into the search engines. So this is why you have to do this. So if you get something from online and you give me an online link and it doesn't look like it came from UAA Library, then it's going to be a problem. So once you've narrowed down the topic, choose articles, not letters to the editor, because those are opinion pieces. And refer back to the first page of the set of instructions. Okay, so these are all clear, and this is a test on whether you can follow the directions. And I won't grade this unless you've used a tutor, so make sure that you go back and do use a tutor. So some other things that, sorry, so I didn't mean to have your paper there. I've been going through your papers, really obviously. I've got them open. And so a couple things I want to go over is APA. If APA is difficult for you, there are online courses. This is through the APA Style Guide, so you can go through the basics of APA, and you can actually get credit for this. There are free tutorials, so you don't have to pay anything, the basics of APA Style, and then you view the tutorial and you go through these. I really strongly recommend that you do, because the expectation on 200, 300, 400 level classes is that you do understand it, that you get it. You get how to cite. So this is going to be a really good use of help for you. And I've gone through them. I periodically go through them just so that I can remember and look through and see, oh yeah, was I supposed to do that? Okay, I understand that. So that's how easy it is, just to kind of review and force yourself to get more information. So I'm recording, so it's not showing sound. And then the OWL at Purdue is another excellent website for you to find information. So APA Style, there's an overview and a workshop. There's a formatting and style guide. And there are links that'll take you to what you need to know. So APA Styles and Figures. The book They Say, I Say is required in over 1,000 colleges and universities. So what you need to know about that is that the They Say, I Say contains the formats and the forms and the methods that college writing requires. And before this textbook, those were all still required. But I think it was a little more difficult for instructors to impart that wisdom. It had to be piece by piece, and this is just a collection of the how-to that's expected of college writing. So just know that it's what Groff has done for you in this textbook is put them in Bickerstaff. Sorry, Bickenstein. Kathy Bickenstein has done for you. Has put these together in one consolidated place. These are the rhetorical moves, and they are expected in your writing. And so there's so many different things that you can use in this book. Please hold on to it and don't give it back to the bookstore or trade it back in. They're super useful, and you will actually find them more and more useful as time goes by. So keep that and keep looking through it, especially when you're working on a paper. If you get stuck, it's great for writer's block to become unblocked, because even looking at one sentence of how to say what they say differentiated from what you say, then sometimes that brings you a clarity of, oh, okay, I know what I'm doing. I know what I can write about. So there's another thing that I want you to do is I want you to be aware that what I'm using for this class is screencasting software, and you can use this too. So it's not something that's just for instructors. Screencast-O-Matic will actually record a video of you, and it will record the screen so that you can share things with your class. If you're going to do a presentation, this is excellent PowerPoint is not the only way to go. So, and Screencast-O-Matic only costs $15 a year. So it's not that bad at all. And it's pretty much similar to what I use, which is what I use is Camtasia. Camtasia is, it's a free, I use Camtasia Mac. It's the same thing. It's the one program that the university gives us as part of our teaching package. So adjuncting for the university gives us certain advantages of programs. So another thing to remember is while you're writing a paper, even if you're writing it like the FARM paper, you're writing it on one topic, comparing these two articles, remember that you can always develop these papers and make them longer and more interesting if you run them by another teacher in another class. But the problem may be that you actually have to inform your teacher that you wrote this paper in a different class and that you want to expand it. Because otherwise, according to UAA, plagiarism, it's actually plagiarism to use one paper in one class and the same paper in another class by just plugging in both places. And I know that students frequently do this, but when instructors find out that you're doing this, usually it's an F. For me, it's an F if a student does that. And the way that it's clear for me is that it doesn't really follow the guidelines that I've given you. So that's why you were doing an Alaskan focused topic. And if it was something different, it wouldn't count. All right, so I want you to go ahead and finish this course out. If you have anything that you want to add to give to me, remember this week is the final week that I can accept anything. So the 12th is the last day I can accept anything. Today is the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. So I know that's simple math, but make sure that you connect with this class in a big way and end well. And if you have anything that you want to revise, feel free to revise it until the 12th. I look forward to your revisions and your papers, and I've really enjoyed reading them and getting to know a few of you especially well on the online course. And some of you, I've just really enjoyed your work. So thank you for sharing your time with me and taking an online class. I know that it's difficult to stay connected online, but if you find that you do well, this really is the wave of the future. So you're really one step ahead of so many other people. So great job, and thanks for being a part of our little world online. I hope your studies at UAA continue to go well and your degree completion goes well as well. So make sure that you let me know if you need a letter of recommendation for scholarships and any advice that you want to get from me for scholarships, because I'd be happy to give you some. And I've done pretty well with abstracts and scholarship writing. So let me know. Thanks. Have a great next semester, and Merry Christmas.